What is up, everyone? Hello and welcome to IGN Plays Live. My name is Mitchell Saltzman. I am joined by Lucy O'Brien.
Hello.
And we are going to be playing some Resident Evil 2 Remake for you. I'm really excited to show off this game. Lucy, how well versed in Resident Evil are you?
Well, I am well versed in Resident Evil. I'm particularly well versed in Resident Evil 2, which was the game that introduced me to the series.
Mm-hmm.
So this has just been a delight for me to play because it's like revisiting my childhood.
It's funny you say that because Resident Evil was a series that I got to late. And mainly it's because I am an absolute coward. I do not do well with scary games. The only reason why it's not going to seem like that while I'm playing this, and maybe I'm speaking too quickly, is that I've played this a whole bunch at home, so I've already gotten most of the spooks out of my system.
If you're not like a horror game guy, how have you been dealing with this? Because
this
isn't
it's
like
been rough.
like I haven't finished this. I haven't finished Resident Evil 2 Remake. But oh my god, it's so tense.
Yeah,
it's so tense. Like there are I have had to play. And again, I grew up on these games. I've had to play with the sound down really low.
Yeah, me too. I have to do that too.
Like it's too much otherwise.
Because I played a whole bunch of the game at home, we're going to jump into a second run. I hope you don't mind that, Lucy.
No. Go,
okay.
By all means.
And I believe I ran a poll. I believe, if this isn't true, I believe Claire won it. So we're gonna jump into Claire's second campaign. For those that are familiar with Resident Evil 2, this is like the B campaign from the PlayStation 1 classic. We're gonna go standard. We're not gonna go crazy here.
No, we do standard.
Yeah,
standard
we do standard here.
This game is tense enough without dying.
Yeah, I'm almost there.
So what's interesting is that when you do the second campaign, this intro section is very abridged. It just kind of cuts all the stuff so that you can get right into the action, which is one of the reasons why it's great to stream.
So you played as Leon through your A campaign?
I played through Claire through my A campaign, and then I beat Leon's B campaign.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Get down!
And then I also went back and beat Leon's A campaign.
Right.
And we can talk a little bit about how they differ as we get going here. But right now we're just kind of setting up the scenario here.
I don't know.
But yeah, what's up, everyone? We're here live on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and IGN.com. If you have any questions, drop us a comment in the chat.
You are?
Yeah, please do. I mean, you've played a lot.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the people, this just came out, what, last night? Today?
The game came out today, I believe.
It came out today? So yeah, like a lot of people are playing this as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Please drop in and watch us play, even though we're a little bit further in, I suppose, with the B campaign. But I haven't seen the B campaign, so this is exciting for me.
So I played, like I said, I played Leon's B campaign, so I don't know how different Claire's B campaign is. If it's very different, you're going to see a cowardly Mitchell in this stream. If not, you might see a little more confidence.
That's the thing. I think I played the beginning of the A campaign, Leon's A campaign, like multiple times because that was what they showed at Gamescom. That's what they showed at E3, and then like I got my hands on it at PAX. So I know the beginning of the A campaign off by heart. So this is very exciting for me to see a new beginning.
Yeah. So what's interesting is that when you play the A campaign, you know it's this traditional Resident Evil style where you start in the city, you make your way to the police station. In the B campaign, you start not only in the police station, but in a part of the police station that you never actually get to go to in the first run. So
like
this
the graveyard.
The graveyard. I didn't even know police stations had graveyards.
Well, I mean, like police stations with a zombie outbreak have graveyards.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
That's the thing.
So this is kind of an iconic little underpassage to that's also in Resident Evil 2. You never go through this passage in the first run.
So like, let me get it straight. That A campaign for both characters is essentially identical. And are we talking like dialogue identical?
No.
Okay.
So dialogue in important cutscenes between important characters like Marvin and like Annette, that dialogue is completely different.
Okay, so it's tailored to each character's
yes.
personality, and okay, that's very cool.
Yeah, and then also we'll let this play out, and then I'll kind of further explain it.
Okay.
Leon?
Also, what's up, Nalam? How's it going?
Claire!
Nalam's my boy.
Hold on! I'll be right there!
Okay.
Claire. It's so nice to see you.
How are you doing?
This is way more flirty than I remember it ever being.
I can't really imagine Leon as a sexual human being.
Unfortunately, no.
He kind of looks like
How are you doing?
he looks very made up.
Yeah,
surviving.
that's fair.
He looks like he was born out of fan fiction.
Any luck with your brother?
but look at Claire. She's so like smiley, and she's like
Yeah.
she's got the arm thing going.
I mean, even if I was attracted to someone in this scenario, I probably wouldn't be thinking about that right
Damn it.
now.
Yeah,
You know what that means?
yeah, it's a little off-putting. Also, oh, she must be so cold.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I've seen
Yeah, I
this
think we
part
should go.
in Leon's
Don't worry about
campaign.
it, Leon.
Right.
This is
You take
this
care
is
of
cool.
yourself.
I remember thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to play this part with Claire, and I don't want to.
Go.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, here's what's interesting, because the way that this is set up,
Get through this.
it's like
Both of us.
the B campaign is telling the story of what the other character is doing while Leon is doing everything in the A campaign.
Yeah.
That's not really how it ends up being, though, because you still end up kind of fighting the same bosses. Oh, that was just ill-advised. That was just ill-advised.
Right away. Oh no.
I thought I had enough room.
Oh.
No. All right, so we got the bolt cutters, I believe. Yep. It's hard to talk and play, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Try it
So you
sometime.
you start with the bolt cutters in this scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we can open this. This is kind of our first safe room.
Like how many safe rooms do you find that there are enough safe rooms in this? Like, do you find that there's always, that they're spaced out in a way that makes the game still feel manageable?
Yeah, I never felt like I was really starving for like a save point. I definitely felt starved for things like ammo and
Ammo
health
is
and stuff like that.
Like that is one thing I have discovered so far in this game. Ammo is incredibly scarce. Like,
Yeah.
and I remember it was scarce in the original, but this seemed more punishing. Maybe I've just gotten older. We've got a question from Golden Goose 113. Are the missions the same as the original, or are they different? And I think I'll answer that as Mitchell shoots these guys.
yeah,
They're inspired by the original missions, so they're kind of a remix. So they kind of have the same beats.
Sorry.
You'll meet the same, certainly the same bosses, and encounter some of the same scenarios, but they play out a little differently. This is definitely more of a remix than a straight up remake.
yeah. Sorry, I'm concentrating on
That's okay.
where I need to go here.
It's a survival horror. It's
I think
hard
I need
to
go back to the entrance.
it's hard to play and talk in a survival horror. It's
Yeah.
incredibly tense.
All right, no, I got the key. Yeah. So to explain that whole thing, yes, this is basically based off of the story from the Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation, but there are some significant differences.
Massive differences.
Yeah.
It's definitely been like it's played it loose in a good way though, I
Yeah.
think. Like if it was too loyal, it would it would feel like a relic in many
Sure.
ways. I really like how the developers have just kind of given it like it's like a love letter.
Yeah.
Like a bit of, it's a game made by fans of the original.
That's definitely fair to say. All right, so now one thing that's a really nice improvement compared to the original Resident Evil 2 is that now you kind of know when you can discard items. When there's still something left in a room, and this is kind of like a modern Resident Evil thing that they've added in other Resident Evil games since the PlayStation Classics.
It's so helpful.
It's very, very helpful.
Like, I know that, the idea of survival horror is that, especially the Resident Evil games, is that they can be very, very disorientating because their, level design is very labyrinthian, right? But that, if you don't know that an area is cleared and you're just backtracking, it can get frustrating. So I like the fact that the game actually says, hey, you don't need to come back in here.
Yeah. I
You've
really like that as
got
well.
everything that you need.
All right, because we don't have a green herb right now, I think we might use this. This is also kind of an interesting thing. You can combine red and blue herbs in order to get like a buff, a defense buff, which ends up. I actually didn't even really know. I don't remember if that was the case in the original game. From what I remember, the blue herb was mainly used to cure poison,
Yeah.
But now you can use it to give you a defense buff and also makes you completely immune to poison while that buff is active.
Which is very helpful a bit later on.
It's so helpful in the sewers. My God, let me just
not
tell you.
Not to spoil anything, but you don't actually need to use the blue herb for a wee while.
Yeah.
But it does become extremely helpful. So stock them up.
Yes.
Put them in your big chest.
All right, we've still got some powder here. Where did I leave it? Right here.
Are there melee weapons? Asks Jason Smichkel.
Yes, technically you have a combat knife. Personally, I don't use the combat knife as a melee weapon. I use it as I should turn on the light. This whole time we've just kind of been wandering around the dark for no reason. So sorry about that. I typically use the combat knife as a way to, as kind of like as an emergency escape.
I think, like, to be honest, that knife is particularly useful for scenarios where you're in a bind and you need to get out of it quick.
Yeah.
Basically, you have an option, like a little left bumper, left trigger prompt comes up, and you have the option to just like stab the monster with that knife.
Mm-hmm.
And it means that you're able to get away without taking any damage. So it's very useful for that reason. I'm the same as you, Mitchell. I never used it like just as a straight up like I'm gonna cut you weapon. I just run. If I didn't have any bullets, you just run.
Oh, see, now this is very spooky because I don't remember ever coming into the bathroom in my second campaign. So if things are not cool in here, you're gonna see a genuine freak out from me. And things are cool. Things are good. Things are good.
Okay, filthiest toilet in a survival horror game. I think that the toilets in okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. See,
I really wish I didn't use. Sometimes I press L1 instinctively.
Oh, that was so beautiful though. So yeah, grenades are a really sought after resource. They're quite scarce, but they can also be used in those sort of contextual moments where you need to get out of a really tight spot. As Mitchell just showed us. That was really nice. I've actually never I've shoved the grenade in a zombie's mouth, but I've never shot it.
You don't actually need to shoot it.
I've never thought because it does just explode by itself. But.
Yeah, it does actually just explode by itself. It's kind of a waste of a bullet, but it feels so good to do it.
Oh yeah. Now this is a. Oh, Roland Fay asks, in this game, have you run into any glitches, and if so, how bad are they?
Actually, I haven't.
I'm playing on an Xbox One, and it plays so smooth.
Yeah.
It's so smooth.
I'm not sure if I need a key to open the door to the office here, so I'm gonna really quick go back and see. Okay, so I have the bolt cutter, so I can go through here. So that's what's kind of interesting about doing the second run is that you play through the same police station, but in a completely different way with completely remixed enemies.
And also, that I can imagine would be quite disorientating because I learnt exactly, you know exactly where you're going. Oh, look, so you get that now. That's crazy. It took me so long to get that in my A playthrough.
Oh, calm down.
So, Mitchell, do you find yourself, killing every zombie you see? No.
You can't. I feel like you can't do that in this game. And I think that's one of the great things about Resident Evil. Resident Evil is a series that's all about choices. It's about making hard choices with regards to your limited resources that you have. And everything is a resource. Health is a resource. Bullets are a resource. The knives that you get are a resource. It's just a matter of knowing how much you can press your luck, so to speak, with the resources that you have.
Yeah, I've certainly found myself in cases where I am in danger level health.
Mm-hmm.
I have no ammo, and I'm just going to see how far I can get.
Yeah.
It's almost like you challenge yourself to push through.
And to be fair, I think this game is a little more forgiving than Resident Evil was in the PlayStation 1 era. Because there are autosaves. Before, and not only are there autosaves, but in the original Resident Evil game, you need ink ribbons to save.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about the ink ribbons.
Yeah,
that's
and if you didn't have enough ink ribbons to save, you had to restart your playthrough.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, we were so much more patient back in the 90s because we didn't know any better.
Yeah. Did I not get the electrical thing here?
Rick
Let's
Yule
see.
says, I'll kill every single zombie. I mean, to be completely honest, like, the temptation is to kill every single zombie because you do a lot of backtracking and you don't want to, like, knowing that there is a zombie just in that room is very frightening. So you want to clear it out. But, of course, you know, ammo is very scarce.
Yeah. All right, so I think I need to go outside to the fire escape. Calm down, buddy. I'm just passing by. You don't need to wake up. All right. Here we go. We get some boards. This is a new feature in the remake where you can actually board up windows. And it's very helpful later on when zombies just literally come out of every window that you didn't board up. Oh, God, go away.
Yeah, the boards are kind of vital. They take up, they're sort of a non-essential inventory item. Like, I often found myself leaving them, but they're actually really useful if you use them right away.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they do just keep coming through the windows.
Okay, I think I need a key for that.
Wazert asks, I don't know if you'll know the answer to this, because I don't. The locker with the special costumes for Claire and Leon, are they still there?
I don't think so. I don't think you get the special costumes from a locker. I think you get it from beating the game. I'm just gonna kill these guys, which might be a mistake. I would also say I think the second campaign is way harder than the first one.
Okay. I mean, that's good because you want to, like, you do want more of a...
I don't know. Someone Mixer just posted a picture of Ash twerking. Mixer is a very strange platform, but we're glad to have you here. Oh, okay. So I have the valve, so I need to
Yeah.
I need to do this stuff.
That's the thing. When you get an item, that's basically, that tells you where you need to go next. And generally, I mean, I found I generally only had like one key item at a time. Like, it really does tell you this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of backtracking, so it's really vital that you learn the map as soon as you can.
I swear, I know a campaign like the back of my hand, guys, but I've only played through B once, and it was with Leon.
No one is judging you. No one is judging you.
All right, so we can put this away for now. Let's get the round handle.
I like that you're conserving your green herb. I would have used it by now because I'm impatient and I don't like one thing that's sort of an. I love this game. I've got to say, it's a contender of Game of the Year for me so far. I mean, we're only in January. But I don't know about Claire, but Leon, when he's like in critical health mode,
Oh yeah, you
just
feel it.
But he just moans all the time. Like, he moans like it's just like like you like I'm like, oh,
Is it
shut
annoying?
up. Like, I'm just and I'm desperate to get a green herb just to stop him from moaning.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I think I might need, because if I want to use the valve.
So you need the break room fuse. Raga Fraga is saying
The break room fuse,
on
is that
Twitch.
in the office? That is also Brendan Graber, who is our wikis god.
Yes.
And I kind of want that back. Oh, you know, I'm coming back for it later. Hold that for me for now.
One thing that's also interesting about this game is that zombies take a lot longer, even if you get every single hit, like every single shot. Oh,
That was a case of I examined the thing and like it continued my momentum of holding the stick. So I feel like we have to use this.
we do. Otherwise, it's just going to be a whole lot of moaning.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to the box. I know it's a trek, but we're gonna combine that with another green herb and get some more out of it.
What I was saying before you got so like cruelly bitten.
Yep.
Is that, you know, every shot that you make in this game should be a headshot. When you miss, it's so frustrating. Also, zombies take a little longer to go down if you get continual headshots, at least from my memory of the original. Like, a headshot in the original felt like, I don't know, it was a guaranteed, like, death. But here they take a while. It's like several headshots before they fall, and then they get back up again.
And I think it's. Oh, let's see. So I can get rid of this. Sorry, I'm just.
Yes, extremely spongy heads.
We're gonna have to kill some of these guys. Oh man! All right, that was good.
But yeah, the frustration if you miss just by a little is immense. Dreaming a lot asks, is it true that there are more and more zombies if you keep dodging them, so eventually you face tons of them in one place?
Well, so it might feel like that, but I think what happens is that if you leave zombies, more and more zombies just keep on getting. And I don't think this is like. I don't think it adds more zombies if you're leaving them. I think it just in general.
Well, they come through the windows as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Stream Extreme says we need a Romero zombie game, not that old one. I mean, for those of you who don't know, George A. Romero was actually like contracted by Capcom to write a Resident Evil game back in the day.
You keep getting me from behind.
But they felt that he wasn't faithful enough to the source material, so it was never produced.
Interesting.
But I wonder what a George A. Romero, zombie Resident Evil game would look like today.
I actually have not really watched any of the George A. Romero movies because, as I said, I am a coward.
If you can play, I feel like if you can play through this, then
no.
If you can play through this, then you can manage, Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. I think you'll be okay.
I think it's down here.
Jason Smidge. This is interesting. Jason Smidgekil. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Jason. Says, "I wish you could stomp a face when going to push them off you." Yes, I also wish that. I wish you could just stomp on their heads.
That would be nice. That was a nice thing from Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we should talk about, Lucy, is, I mean, the headline of the stream is Resident Evil 2 Remake the best Resident Evil? And I'm curious to know what you think about that.
I mean, it's interesting. I think it's possibly my favorite. For many years, Resident Evil 4 was my favorite video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was my game of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, as sort of its influence spread out into subsequent games, and it kind of became like an action franchise for a while. Like, you think about 5 and 6. They were way more action-orientated. I felt like the sort of the core survival horror heart of the series had been lost. What I think this does so well is it kind of perfectly blends Resident Evil 4. There we go.
Right in front of me.
There we go.
Right in front of me. I'm so sorry, guys.
Resident Evil 7, and of course the original Resident Evil trilogy, which were more sort of hardcore survival horror games. So I think for me, it's my favorite Resident Evil game because it manages to blend all of those games so well. It's like kind of like the ideal. I don't know whether you'd call it the best, but it's like the ideal Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
That's my take. What about you?
So like I said, like I'll keep on repeating, I am a coward. I did not get into the Resident Evil games until very late. Actually, Resident Evil 2 I first played for the first time like maybe 2 years ago. I played it on stream, and it was one of like the most fun times I've ever had streaming. But what I always thought about Resident Evil is that it was a franchise that was mostly beloved for it being scary.
Yeah.
And when I played Resident Evil Remake, that was the first Resident Evil game that I really played. I found out that I don't think that's the case. I think people really like this series because of the survival horror element. The fact that, like I said, it's a game about making tough choices with regards to your inventory, with regards to like always feeling like you have just enough stuff to get through the next fight until you get to like, a safe haven. And ooh, this bad boy makes me real nervous.
Now this guy is, for my money, the most frightening part of this game.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are new to the series, or maybe who just started with Resident Evil 7, this guy's like, he's a tyrant, and he follows you.
This is so sad.
I know.
This is so sad.
But
ladies
you
and
have to do
gentlemen.
it. You have to take him behind the barn and put him out of his
Marvin
misery.
Branagh is
Put
coming
him out
after
of his
me.
misery, my friend.
So
That's not him. That's not
Oh,
your. That's
it's
not
Marvin,
your buddy.
though.
That's
He's
not
my
your
friend.
buddy. That's not your buddy.
Marvin, I'm sorry.
He's
I'm
gonna-
so sorry,
He's gonna
Marvin.
get back up. Oh, okay. Now he might
Oh,
not.
well,
No,
like,
he's,
okay, well.
he's done now. He's
The good
done.
news is that he's not Marvin anymore. There's no proof that he could ever say that was Marvin. I mean, there's fingerprints, but so yeah, I think I wanted to pause in that moment because get off of me. I wanted to pause in that moment because Marvin in the A campaign is like a very cool character who helps you out a ton.
And he stays alive for quite a while.
You never actually get to see Marvin really turn into a zombie in the A campaign unless you really want to, and like you get up close to him after like he's spent a whole bunch of time being dead. But here in the B campaign, he's a zombie right from the start.
Anyway, yeah, back to the tyrant. Yeah, for those of you who started in Resident Evil 7, you'll remember being pursued by a guy who is essentially like impossible to kill, and you just have to avoid him. That's the tyrant.
Yeah.
He was in the original as well. He's a very, very scary dude.
Do I remember this? Let's see.
Oh, and also, for those of you who don't know, you can get a trophy for shooting off his hat. So do that. You remembered that?
I remembered it.
Wow.
Nailed it. Let's see. Is it this one?
Leon Knoll 1016. Nice name, Leon. Asks, so would the perfect blend be solving puzzles, navigating a complex building, limited inventory supplies, and this style of shooting? And I think that you nailed it. That's it for me.
Yeah. And to go back to what I was talking about, because of the fact that I did not grow up with the oh god, just die. Because of the fact that I did not really grow up with the Resident Evil games, and I said Resident Evil 1 remake was the first one I played. Resident Evil 4 was actually the first game that I played.
It's such an interesting introduction to the series, starting with Resident Evil 4, because it really did mark a turn for the series. It was so different.
Yeah. And also, really quick, I want to just pause at this moment, because if you played the original Resident Evil 2, you know this room. This was the room. You go around that corner, and there's a liquor that goes across the window. It's very iconic. And what's interesting is that in the first run, you do that, and there's no liquor. The liquor actually is in a completely separate part of the police station. But look what happens in the B campaign. Woo, look at that liquor!
Oh my.
And then this becomes the terrifying hallway of the liquor in that it was originally meant to be. So again, I think it's really cool the way that they not only subverted your expectations in this remake, but also played to those expectations in the B campaign.
But that's it. It's I keep using that word remix because that's what it feels like. Nothing is quite as you anticipated. It's a very playful game.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay, so
Brendan says the fact that I can't see your ammo count is stressing the crap out of me.
I got... Oh, you can't see my ammo, huh? Hey, Steven, any chance you can move that? There you go. That's perfect. Thank you, Steven.
Okay, so lickers can't see you, but they can hear you. So are you going to try and quietly pass underneath this guy, or are you going to shoot him?
To be honest, Lucy, I've had that same exact thought. I've never had the courage to try it. So let's do it for science.
You're going to try and pass unnoticed? Okay, let's do it. I have faith in you. Just move really slowly.
I'm a brave boy. I'm a brave boy.
No, he's going to drop down.
You scared me!
I had to do it. I had to do it. I'm really sorry.
Oh no! You ruined the experiment. You ruined the experiment.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
How much my health? Okay, I'm fine. I'm still fine.
Oh, it was too good. It was too good. So the lickers are sort of hard to take down, and they move very erratically, just like in the original.
All right. Yeah, and I don't remember if in the original game the Lickers actually had that same thing where they were blind and you could like sneak around them.
I don't remember them being pointed out as being blind.
Yeah.
Like in this game, it's pointed out in like a note or something, that they're blind and you can move around them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes the game is just like, here's a licker, deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Now, do you remember?
108.
Oh, you don't have the 2 keys.
Oh, is it 106? There we go. You get 106. Okay, that's film. That's not really something I want right now. Let's just take a look.
The security deposit room, you end up going back to a number of times.
Yeah.
And the game likes to throw more and more obstacles in your way
Yeah.
to getting back to
Yeah.
this room.
Someone said like if you leave a zombie alone, will more zombies like will come out. And I don't think it's the case if you just like leave zombies alone, so to speak. Oh god! Or so much as it is just zombies continuously flood the police station.
Yeah.
And if you don't deal with them, then they'll pile up.
Yeah, and it is really easy to get overwhelmed. Dreaming a lot asks, are there any loading screens or just cuts scenes between the locations?
Just when you die, there's a loading screen, and just when you're loading when you're like loading a save or something like that, where you would expect loading screens to be, there are loading screens. But in terms of like exploration, I haven't noticed any loading screens.
Yeah. Wasart asks, in the original there's a rookie game mode in which you start with a submachine gun. Does the remaster have it? I don't know. I haven't actually played anything but standard mode.
Yeah, me neither.
Have you touched hardcore?
I have not touched hardcore yet.
I'm always just like, I don't know whether I have the guts for a hardcore survival horror game. Like, it's intense enough.
Yeah. Well, what's cool about hardcore in this, I talked about the ink ribbons in the original Resident Evil game, and how you don't need to use ink ribbons. In hardcore mode, there are ink ribbons, and you need to use ink ribbons.
Yeah.
So what's this for? This is for the JMB HP3 that extends the clip magazine. I don't have that gun.
Just try and combine it. Anyway.
I tried. It doesn't fit. Let's get this red herb.
Gundam says grind up the herbs and sprinkle them over your meat in an elegant-like manner. I mean,
you can't actually see that happening, but I'm sure that's what's happening.
Maybe she's just snorting it.
Yeah. Just
getting it into the bloodstream in
you ever play
an
Resident Evil 7?
manner. 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love in Resident Evil 7. It's a liquid they just pour on.
Yeah.
You just
right.
You just had
you're
a
running and you're like,
just nom on your neck, and you just pour a bunch of liquid on your arm, and somehow you're fine.
Video game logic.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna board up this window because I don't like this window.
Yeah.
All right. Do I have? Okay, I have the valve, so that's good.
People in chat are talking about acting and how bad is the I mean, the acting was very, everyone remembers the voice acting in the original was very beautifully done,
boy. We're gonna hold on to that.
Very nicely done.
Thank you. I used a lot of I used a lot of bullets for that though, and I didn't mean to use that.
Is that a flashbang? Yes.
Yeah, it's flashbang.
Okay.
I didn't mean to use that.
I like it when you run away and you just see it go. There we go.
Should I should probably just kill him here.
I mean, the acting is a lot better.
Yeah.
Hell is up with you?
It's no Uncharted, but I was cringing a lot less. The only time I really cringed was when in the A campaign, Leon kept saying, "What the?"
Yeah.
Like by the the 60th zombie. Like you know what? Oh no! It takes so long. That was like that bit in Austin Powers.
All right, we're getting.
You just stood there.
We're getting back to the safe room. We're putting some of this stuff away, and we're continuing past these dang zombies. See, these are the kind of moments though that I think make Resident Evil so much fun. Just these panicky moments.
Well, that's the thing. You know, in survival horror games, encourage you to panic, and when you panic, you lose your skills.
Your skills.
Your skills.
Yes. Do I want anything? I feel like I'm gonna be getting the grenade launcher soon, but
Oh, acid rounds. See, I haven't got those in my A campaign yet.
And you're playing with Claire?
With Leon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Leon doesn't. Oh, don't worry.
Oh.
Leon doesn't get the grenade launcher. Leon gets the
Oh.
shotgun, and he gets the magnum, and Claire gets the grenade launcher, and she
Right.
gets the.
See, I'm playing it with Leon first because in my mind that's kind of like canon. But maybe that's just because that's the way I played when I was 12 or whatever.
Yeah, Leon gets or Claire gets the grenade launcher and the machine gun, or the TNP.
Right.
Which one is it? It's this one. Cap. Ooh, baby. Well, once I get that grenade launcher, I'm gonna be in good shape.
Tandoori Creed, you may have just jumped into the chat. Have you run into Tyrant yet? We actually, we haven't.
We saw him
But
on
we
the,
saw him
the
on the
surveillance
screen.
monitor, but we have not run into him yet.
He's a little different, but I'll save it until we actually run into him.
That's what that noise was. It's like, what was that noise? If you're wondering why I skipped a locker, is because there's a zombie in that locker, and I don't want him to spook me again. You can already watch the How Scary Is Resident Evil for that footage.
Did you scream like a little boy?
I
when you...
screamed like a little boy. Little schoolboy. So this room, if you play the first campaign, I'm sorry if this is like spoilers. We're going through it a little fast, but this is the room where you first encounter the Licker in the first campaign. And hey, isn't this room familiar? It's the Star's office.
Yep.
The
The Walking Bread, nice. Asks if the zombie follows you to the safe room, is it still a safe room? There are rooms where you, as far as I understand, you are actually safe.
Yeah, there are some completely safe rooms. There are also some safe rooms that are not safe at all.
Yeah, and that is a real change in this remake. There were certain rooms where I was followed, and I was like, no, you can't come in. You can't be in here.
Yeah.
Like, that's the rules. It's brightly lit. There's a typewriter. You're not meant to be in here.
Yeah. It's against the rules. All right, let's get that. Full on inventory. Gonna need to make another trip. We need the battery in here. That was the main thing that we came in here for. But I can combine these. I should be able to be good here.
Wazard asks, is fourth Survivor game mode confirmed, and also can you play on VR?
Jesus.
Okay, wait, we'll get there
I
later. We'll
completely
get to that.
forgot about
Okay,
it.
this is the Tyrant. Just like in the original, he relentlessly follows you, but he's a lot harder to shake.
Yep.
In this remake, he has his AI is obviously much more advanced. He follows you, so he kind of remembers which door you went through.
Yep.
And you can tell that he's coming by those loud footsteps that you can hear. Let's just see. Can we test to see if he follows you?
Oh,
in
he
here?
doesn't. He doesn't follow you here. That's,
Okay.
I can already confirm that.
Okay.
Yeah, that is one science project that we don't even have to experiment.
Yeah. He's a really, really scary dude. He is he's slow, but he speeds up right, when the distance closes between you, he speeds up, and that's really unnerving.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna need to go back. Oh, that was an interesting noise. We're gonna need to go back to that Star's office because I need to get. Oh no, I got the battery. Okay, so we got the battery, which means we need to get the detonator. The detonator should just be upstairs. So I think we're in good shape here. Then we need to get. We need to get that. That key for the grenade launcher because I don't want to deal with Lickers until we have that. Okay.
Kill it with the typewriter.
Kill it with the typewriter. Strangle it with ink ribbons. Oh, I hear it. Oh, got it. Oh! I hear noises.
The most frightening thing about the tyrant is that I mean, not only does he relentlessly pursue... I can't believe you remember this. I'm terrible with codes. I just write them down and forget them.
I've played a bunch of this game. All right, so we got
there you go.
key.
You got the spade key.
That's very good.
When the tyrant's pursuing you, obviously you're still running away through rooms full of zombies and lickers.
There might be lickers in here, speaking of.
That's a really horrible time for everyone involved.
Okay, I think we're fine.
Cyborg Man says, we want Tofu, hero of Raccoon City.
Tofu does have a mode in this.
He does. He's kind of gross looking in this game. He's all like slimy.
I don't like this guy. Ugh.
Okay, you're okay.
All right, we're cool. All right, so we had gunpowder there. I don't know if I want to pick it up yet because I want to hold on to that one inventory spot that we have.
Leonol1016 says, do you think there'll be indie games that have their own take on the style of gameplay mechanics? Like what indie games did with PT? Or is this a little bit too complex to develop? I mean, I get your question. I mean, this is a big budgeted game. But what I think would be really cool is if indie devs had their own take on the original fixed camera angle Resident Evil
that'd
games.
Be really cool.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, they were very much a product of their time and very much a product of their sort of technical restraints. But it would be really fun if indie games kind of played around with that.
I totally agree. I think in general, I would like to see more indie games revisit the 32 and 64-bit era and see what they can do with some of those beloved games of that time. Specifically, this is a selfish wish, but I want to see a game tackle the old N64 wrestling games from THQ and AKI.
Right.
All right. We need to get to a...
I mean, one of the most frightening parts of the original was, I mean, you know, the horror was kind of born from the fact that you couldn't see around the corner. So you never knew what was ahead of you, essentially. And that was really terrifying. And I was a little worried that, you know, getting rid of the fixed camera angles would lessen that. But no, this game is still very scary.
Oh, that's really good.
Okay, what does this do? I still haven't opened that desk in my playthrough.
So the speed loader allows me to, well, oh god, I hope it works for this. But the speed loader allows you to reload Claire's slow reloading weapons much more quickly.
Okay.
Damn, do I want to use a first aid spray and just pick that up?
Yes.
I kind of do.
Yeah, you're on caution. Mustafa,
oh, you can't combine it!
Elsa can.
Dang it.
Asks, would it be a scarier experience if it was first person, like Resident Evil 7? I mean, maybe.
Voice.
I mean, I feel like...
Oh! Jesus!
Sorry!
That was so scary.
Was
Steven in the background, who isn't even wearing any headphones.
Oh my god!
Oh my
god!
there's
Leave the room!
Lucy, stop yelling at me!
I'm sorry! Oh my god! Oh, he was right up in your face.
I know. Huh.
Okay.
Everything's fine, everyone. Everything
good.
is fine.
It's all good. 3 of us screamed, but that's fine. I don't know whether it would be scarier in first-person mode. I mean, for my money, Resident Evil is a third-person game. I really like that they experimented in Resident Evil 7. I thought it was really cool, and I especially like the fact that that translated really well to VR. But, like, you know, I like that Resident Evil is an over-the-shoulder game. So, I don't know. It might be more scary. I mean, running into Mr. X just then in first person, it's still very scary in third person.
Yeah. Okay, so the bullets that I have are large caliber handgun ammo, which is why they don't work with this handgun that I have. So that's useless. Oh man, this mode is rough, guys. I am not in very good shape right now. I have very few bullets. I do have a lot of health, so again, this game is about resources, and it's about managing your resources.
Can you? Have you got any gunpowder to combine?
I do, but I think the gunpowder that I combine is going to give me regular bullets, which is not going to work with the gun that I'm using right now.
Right.
It's only going to work with this gun.
Well, would you consider swapping out that gun just for survival sake?
Yeah. I only have high grade gunpowder right now, so I can only make even if I did find regular gunpowder, I would only be able to make acid rounds.
Okay.
I could also use this gun. I don't like using these weapons because they come with the premium edition, and I think that's cheating.
You know what? I respect that, Mitch.
I think that's cheating.
I respect that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at where we actually have to go. So I do have gunpowder there, so I can use that. There's nothing that we can get in the safety deposit room. Oh wait, we have to go get that box. That box was in the lounge.
What's in the box? What's in the
box? In the box, I believe, is going to be a key that I can use in the safety deposit room.
Okay.
But that's not super.
I mean, it's not
important
super
right now.
urgent.
I need to get the stars badge. Or no, I need to get the key to the safety deposit room. I believe that should be. I think I need to go to the art room. So let's get out of here.
Okay.
Be very brave and let's save.
You are, yeah. Do you you get judged by the amount of times you save, just like in the original? Like you get a ranking at the end?
Yes, you do get a ranking at the end. Do I want to take? I'm just gonna take this and put it in the box.
John Donut says, "I am scared. I am also scared, and I'm not even playing." It's very intense with headphones. I gotta say,
it is. It's so much more intense. I played this from the comfort of my couch, like you said, with the volume sometimes turned down low.
The Walking Bread asked, "Is there any way, no way to increase your inventory space?" Yes, you can increase your inventory space through little like hip pockets that you pick up, which give you 2 inventory squares each. And it's really important.
Oh no!
Oh, run!
I can't.
Oh,
I can't. I'm stuck in this. There's a dead end. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, go away!
No! Don't shoot it!
It's fine. We have resources. We have health. Oh God! There's zombies everywhere. I need to get.
Just keep focused. Let's focus on where we need to go.
We're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna go through the library.
We're gonna go upstairs, and it's gonna be fine.
I think there might still be some bullets left that I left in maybe the STAR's office. So.
Oh, I hate those footsteps.
They suck.
They suck. They suck so hard.
I hate hearing them.
Yeah, it is really important to find those.
Got a red herb there.
Those inventory space increasing little like pit bags.
Yeah, very important.
Because you do not have enough space when you begin. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good.
And so I'm bypassing these statues. Eventually, we're gonna have to come back to these because that's how we get out of the police station. But right now, we're just gonna kind of get this book.
Gundam asks, "Is it possible to set the entire place on fire?" I wish it was.
I don't think so. How you doing over there, Steven? Steven told me he was worried about this because he's like, I don't like scary games. I don't want to sit in on this. I think we need to go through the waiting room.
What about the Twinkie says, judging by the outfit, I think this gal might work at a gas station in Final Fantasy 15.
Her name is secretly Sydney.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Go away. Oh, God damn, I just remembered something.
What? Okay, no, don't tell me. Let it be a surprise.
Let it be a surprise.
Yeah.
I'm a brave boy.
You're a brave boy. You can do this.
Oh, I can get rid of the spade key now. That's great.
So I love the fact. I mean, you know, it's a Resident Evil thing. I just love all the like, put the statue's hand and combine it with the book, and I love all those old school puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
They're so like of their time. Ah! Ah!
That was what I remembered.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
I got what I need. We are leaving because
Just
lickers
run.
are so dumb.
Run.
And they don't know how to open doors.
Don't kill it.
Oh, what a dumb liquor that is.
It's
Such a stupid liquor.
Stupid liquor.
All right. So we got the locker key. So thankfully, I'll finally be able to fight back against some of these things because I'll have a grenade launcher.
Okay, and I'm really interested to see the grenade launcher in action because I haven't seen it yet.
What's cool about it is that there's different rounds. So the flame rounds I think are kind of the most sought after. They're kind of the best. And the acid rounds work, you know, kind of like a shotgun way. It's your heavy weapon. It's your heavy ammo, basically.
Right.
It's what you use on things when you want them to die, you know, faster. Oh! All right. We need to get to the safety deposit room, which is right over there. Just get over here.
Someone asked, I can't find the comment, but someone asked if the crocodile is back in this game. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that,
Crocodilio?
yeah, I will say that pretty much all of the bosses you remember do make a return in some fashion.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in the way you remember.
Yeah. That's a very good way of putting it. Okay. Oh, the bad news is that all my grenade launcher ammo is in the box. Oh, I just gotta be brave. Oh, go away! Are you
He's
kidding
so
me?
annoying. Oh!
Just using
okay,
it.
Okay. Shoot him like that.
Just need to get past him. Oh, get my knife.
Get your knife back.
Get my knife back. I told you to hold that for me.
He's just on fire. He's just walking towards you on fire.
Now he's just on fire walking towards me.
That is so chilling. Like, how have you ever sort of got him on the ground? Like, have you?
Yes, it is possible to make him stop for a little bit.
A little bit, because I in one of my games, I threw a grenade at him. I just panicked and I had nothing left in my inventory but a grenade, and that took him to his knees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's tough to deal with.
He takes a lot of hits.
I saw a critique, you know, and I think it's a fair critique to an extent, but like, it gets to a point where if you don't know where you're going in this game, having to solve puzzles while he's constantly running around just unkillable and just stalking you, it can get a little frustrating. But fortunately, I think once you get past that part, you know, he's only an issue for so long. All right, so we got the stars badge.
Thank goodness. But yeah, also it is really hard to solve puzzles while he's stalking you because your like adrenaline is going through your body and you're like, I can't concentrate on putting the jewel into the slot and.
Ah, God, I didn't wait enough time. All right, let's take some questions. How's it going, people?
Yeah, what's up? Ask more questions, everyone.
We're just kind of chilling while we wait for Mr. Cranky.
Okay, how long is this game? Cattleman24 asks.
That's a good question, and I think it has kind of an interesting answer. I think the first time I played through Claire's first campaign, it took me about 6 hours. And to be fair, I had played this at a preview event, so I kind of knew where some things were. So I would say 6 to 8, maybe closer to 8 if it's your first time playing and you're not super up on your Resident Evil puzzle knowledge. Okay, let's go. But you know, there's 4 main campaigns. You have Claire first run, Leon first run, and then the second runs of both of them, and then those also unlock special campaigns with Hunk and Tofu. So there's
a lot of.
All right, you know what?
Oh.
We're gonna use it.
I want to call that man many names that I won't say out loud on screen. Yeah, there's a lot of bang for your buck with this remake.
All right, we'll use that.
It's also really important if you're just starting to examine every item, because a lot of the time that'll tell you what your item actually does or is.
Yeah.
Little
Oh,
letter from Chris.
I wish I didn't speed through that, but that was actually kind of a cool little note. But basically, that note was from Chris, addressed to the people of Stars, basically saying that he's going on vacation to Europe, and he's like, it's very uncharacteristic kind of vocabulary from Chris. Like it's like, oh
like
yeah,
really
I'm going
bro-y.
to see the babes in Europe. Don't come looking for me, blah blah blah. And so Claire astutely notes that like that's not like Chris.
Yeah, it's not
Something's
like
going on.
my sweet-natured brother.
Yeah, and so of course, Chris is going to Europe to do Resident Evil Code Veronica stuff. So let's see. I believe it's Code Veronica, right?
Sorry, say that again.
He was in Code Veronica, right?
Yes.
And then
I
I
only
think Claire
played-
follows him to Europe because she's like the main character of Code Veronica. All right, we need to start getting these, so let's see.
I only played Code Veronica once, and I'm kind of gutted because, by all accounts, it's one of the best in the series. I just don't remember.
So we need that one. All these puzzles are different in the B campaign, by the way.
Yeah, Code Veronica is Claire and Chris, so we're right.
Let's see, I'm just gonna guess on these. Unicorn medal.
EasyObot says, is Leon's inventory smaller? They're the same.
Yeah, they're the same. I don't know how he got over there when he was chasing me through here.
He's got some teleportation skills. What about the Twinkie says, it's my birthday, y'all. Happy birthday. What about the Twinkie? Thank you for joining us on your birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, let's oh man, I wish I grabbed that dongle. Hot tip. You might think that dongle, that USB dongle, the shield is done after you use it to unlock the armory. Take it with you. You'll be happy you did.
Yeah.
And
always remember, just like Mitch said before, you will know when an item is used up because
Yep.
it'll have a little red tick. It's a little tick, right?
it's like a red check
Like
check
a
mark
yeah, a
on
little
it.
check.
All right, so where do I want to go now? What do we have here? I think now I just need to get all the medals. So we're gonna need to make another trip to the dark room.
Yeah, there's
Put
so
some
much
stuff away.
backtracking in the police station, especially. Which actually, the police station makes up a large chunk of this game.
Yeah, it's so the game is basically split up to 3 acts, but the police station is by far the longest act. All right, let's put that away for now. I'm going to need to I'll put away my flame rounds and stick to acid rounds. Put these away. And
iGames asks, can he kill the nemesis? I mean,
the tyrant?
yeah, the tyrant.
Oh man, that's an interesting deathmatch. Oh god!
Which we may see play out right now.
Well,
Just go away.
look at this idiot. He doesn't even remember. Oh, I just punched someone and now I don't know where she went.
Donald Han asks, is there an easy mode? I mean,
Yes,
yes,
there is.
there is. So if you're really chicken, or I shouldn't use that word. If you're not a massive fan of horror games but you want to check this out, you can play it on easy mode with the sound turned down really low.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'll still have the Resident Evil experience, but it might be a little less terrifying.
One thing I want to point out, you may notice the music in this game is very reminiscent of the original. And it's
Yes.
actually because in the audio menu, you have an option of going either original or remake. And of course, I'm nostalgic for the original, so I have it on original. I believe that this is not something that every copy of Resident Evil 2 remake has. I think you have to get like the premium edition or something like that, or it's an extra DLC cost. So
Right.
I'll leave it up to you whether or not that's a value. Personally, I think it's pretty awesome. So,
That's very dope.
but just so you can see what it's like when you switch to the remake, let's put that on. All right, I think we're good. I think you'll notice it's much quieter when you have it on remake audio. And maybe a little more spooky.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's something just inherently haunting about that original soundtrack.
Yeah.
Is it true Netflix is developing a TV series for Resident Evil? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we've heard. What do you want out of that?
I'm gonna be honest. I probably won't watch it. I play through the Resident Evil games because they're games and they have really fun gameplay elements. Like again, I'm gonna reiterate. I am a coward. I do not typically play scary games. The thing that a scary game needs to have in order to get me to want to play it is it needs to have some other appealing aspect that's a gameplay thing that makes me want to deal with my natural desire to not want to get scared.
Right.
And Resident Evil 2 and the Resident Evil games absolutely had that. All right, so is this the lion statue? So that we actually got a roll of film that we're gonna have to develop in order to see what the combination here is, unless some wonderful person in the chat, like Ragafraga, can just give me the combination right now, so I don't have to go through the extra effort.
Let's just do that.
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
Brendan,
if that happened. I'm just saying.
I'll give you a shout out. I'll give you another wiki shout out.
Sparky Sin says, I want Silent Hill VR. I mean, you can check out PT in VR now.
Yeah.
Because that guy made that mod. That's probably as close as you're going to get, to be honest, which is really sad.
It's fine. Trying to think where I need to go. I need to get the one in the 3rd floor, which means I think I have to go back through the library.
Brendan responded with, ugh.
I think I need to go back through the library.
Jeff Kush says, I kind of wish it was different and not so puzzle this and puzzle that, lol. I mean, yeah, but then it wouldn't be Resident Evil.
Yeah. All right, we need to go back through the library. There's no way around it.
I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce your name. Ask, can we play as Tofu or Hulk? Yes.
Yes, you can. You have to unlock them. Ring around the...
Try it lion. Someone in chat just said lion head, crown, goat.
Lion head, crown, goat?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's see who's my new best friend.
Pucho Pidotti says, I wish the combat knife was unbreakable. Me too.
What was it? Lion?
Lion, crown, goat.
I don't see a goat. Oh, we should clarify. This is... Okay, here we go. Crown, torch, bird.
Oh.
Crown, because this is second run. They're different.
Second run. Sorry, everyone. Second run.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find all kinds of combinations like that at the IGN wiki page that Brendan Graber has so wonderfully worked on. There's your shout out, Brendan. That's IGN.com, wikis, Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Oh, this guy sucks. Not you, Brendan. I'm talking about the tyrant.
Brendan says this has been guiding with IGN wikis.
Brian Stradley says, I tried to get into Resident Evil, but the controls were so bad I couldn't adapt to up equals forward no matter where you're positioned. Have they changed it?
Yes.
Yes, they have. Thankfully, you no longer have to kind of work against the control scheme, which you did in the first couple of games.
Yeah. And, up is still to go forward, but, the camera is set behind you, so it makes sense, right?
I remember playing the original for the first time when you're, you're in, surrounded by flames and zombies and everything, and conserve.
Yeah, I know.
And I'd never played a game with that kind of that tank control scheme before, and I died a lot in the beginning of the original just because it took so long to get used to.
Yeah. Oh, I think I need the detonator still. Oh no, I need the detonator.
Oh yeah, you do. Where is it?
Oh, I think it's...
I don't remember. Sorry, that's no help.
I think it's in the first floor. Oh, go away!
Go away! Just go away, young man.
Now I have to deal with this guy that I didn't kill. Everything is awful.
Brian, as of what game? Well, Resident Evil 4 introduced the over-the-shoulder control scheme, and every game subsequently has had that. Resident Evil 7 was first person. Every main entry, I should say.
We need to go all the way back. I think we need to go to the other side.
I
think we need to go to the other side, and we need to go to...
DW says, I like that they went back to third person but kept the new Resident Evil aesthetic. Me too. It's really good.
Oh, I think it was
Tim Madone, I hope Resident Evil 4 gets a full remake. Me too. That would be awesome.
yeah.
I'd love to see Resident 4 running in this engine.
Yeah, me too. Boom.
Did you play Evil Within?
Yeah. I
So-
played, I beat the first one. I didn't beat the second one, but I got pretty far in the second one.
I mean, both those games are as close as to Resident Evil 4,
Yeah.
a modern day Resident Evil 4
Yeah.
as you can get so far.
I would say that and Dead Space are kind of the closest.
Go away.
Redemption mode. Can you choose which campaign you play first? I mean, you can choose between Claire and Leon's A campaigns.
Mm-hmm. We need to get to a safe.
Tim Madone asked, do enemies drop items in this version?
Nope.
No, but you can get your knife back if you have, you used your knife on them.
Yeah. The only thing that they'll drop is whatever you put into them. Which is only a knife. Knife is the only thing that will stick with them. Have I done anything in here? Got everything in there.
You know, I had a few drinks and dinner with Shinji Mikami
Oh, really?
back
That's
in the
cool.
day. I went and checked out Evil Within in Tokyo, and it was very surreal to be drinking with that man.
Yeah.
He's a hero of mine.
What's he like?
He is very he's a man of few words, but when he does speak, everyone listens.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
He's also ageless. He's looked the same since the 90s.
I love.
He has not aged.
I love. Was it him who was in front of the camera and had the shirt that said like "We do it" when he first announced the Resident Evil 2 remake?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Someone, I don't remember who it was, but that was a really cool moment. I'm going to get rid of. Let's see. Get rid of this. We don't need that anymore because Brendan was so kind. Let's get some more of these so that we can get some more acid rounds. I need to find the detonator. That's the next step.
Aruf says, I'm watching you from Dubai. It's midnight our time, and therefore I'm very horrified.
Oh,
Good. I mean, that's the way it should be. Like, I mean,
guess so,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm kind of, I'm at the age where I'm a little too chicken to play in the dark with headphones on, but like that's the way you should be playing this game for
Yeah.
a maximum. But also, I have roommates. I don't want to wake them up with my screams.
that's always the thing, man. I played this with my wife, mostly like on her computer, and there were so many times I had to just like apologize to her. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
because it scares her. All right.
Danelle asked, what is the easiest Resident Evil game to play? I mean, any of the modern ones are easier than the originals, mainly because you are fighting against a control scheme.
Yeah.
And what was your take on Resident Evil 7? Did you enjoy
I
it?
didn't beat it.
Right. Well, I mean, where did you get? Because for my money, that game starts off really strong, and then it kind of like
See, that's
loses its
exactly what I
footing.
heard. That's exactly what I heard, and it's one of the reasons why I kind of, wasn't so motivated to get through it, because I got through the beginning. I beat Marguerite, and there's a liquor in here. You smell that? Oh, God, there it is!
Right there! That was such a reflex shot. Do it again. Oh yeah, that guy is down.
Okay, I think he's gone.
He's dead. I like how they still flip on their backs when they die, just like the original. Do you just want to double check that he's dead?
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Okay.
I don't want to double check,
Could
to be
double
honest.
check. I'm just saying.
Oh, God, there's so many noises happening. Oh, no. Oh, I don't have the bolt cutters. That's what I need to do.
Oh, okay.
The good news is that I now know what I need to do.
Okay, good. So we just need to get to a chest.
The bad news is that if that liquor is not dead, we will
I'm
find
pretty
out.
sure it was dead. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure. Walking Bread, are there any story changes or rewrites from the original Resident Evil 2? I mean, yeah, it's very different. It's very different, but very much the same.
Yeah.
It follows the same beats. But it's definitely not a shot for shot.
Yeah, and to go back to the Resident Evil 7 thing, yeah, so I played through the beginning of Resident Evil. I would say I played through halfway through it. I got past Marguerite, and that was kind of just where I just kind of stopped playing for whatever reason, and I was never motivated to pick it back up just because a lot of people that I respect the opinions of, they said that, you know, it kind of falls off in terms of its quality. So I was like, all right, well, I don't want to get scared if it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Tyrant in a while. He says as he jinxes it.
Yeah, you definitely just jinxed it. The Angry Vet says the walk paths for zombies look like they were copy and pasted from the original. I mean, yeah.
I hear him.
Yes, Phil, it does capture the original atmosphere perfectly.
Yes.
The way that I describe playing this game is that it is like, it feels like, yeah, you killed him.
I killed him.
It feels like you're playing the game that you remember playing. When, of course, if you did play the original today, it would be a completely different experience.
Yeah. This is as good as you can get when it comes to a modernization of a classic game.
Yeah. Like, I think this is now the industry standard for my money.
And you know what? Like, we say that, but also, like, we can't forget the Resident Evil 1 remake was phenomenal as well. That was I think that was kind of the industry standard when it comes to remakes. But I think this surpasses even the original Resident Evil remake.
I have a question for you that we actually talked about on the last episode of Beyond.
Sure.
What Resident Evil game do you want to see next? Do you want to see a Resident Evil 8 or do you want to see a remake of Resident Evil 3?
Why not both?
Why not both? But say you could only choose
You
one.
can only choose one. I'm gonna be honest. I've never played Code Veronica, so I would like to see a Code Veronica remake,
Code
so I
Veronica,
can finally get into that.
I feel like is the fan favorite.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of people really love that game. It's got a real fan base.
Yeah, Mark Medina. Shout out to Mark Medina. He's told me that Resident Evil Code Veronica is his favorite. So
I wish I
would
could
like to see
remember it.
that.
I wish I could remember it. I only played it at one time.
All right.
Guys, does
Bang.
Mr. X follow Leon as well? Yes, Mr. X follows both characters. He is a relentless bad man.
He's a bad.
He's a
mamma
bad man.
jamma. All right. Yeah, and I don't remember the B campaign in. I remember in Resident Evil 2 for the PlayStation 1, Mr. X or the Tyrant was only in the B campaign, but in this he's in both. Oh, I can grab that. I can grab that now.
Yeah, you might as well. You're right here.
Yeah, let's get it.
Izobot says, "Do zombies come back as Crimson Heads?"
No, they do not. Thank God. Oh, I hate Crimson Heads. Actually, I love Crimson Heads as an idea, as a mechanic. I do not love
Can you
how they
explain
make me feel.
Crimson Heads to people who
Yes. So Crimson Heads in Resident Evil 1 remake, if you kill a zombie and you don't either blow up its head or set it on fire, it will eventually it'll kind of just lay on the ground, just totally normal for a while. But then when you come back, you'll notice it has very long claws and a red hue to its complexion. And as you get close to it, it'll come back. It'll chase you down with a ferocious fire, the likes of which you have never experienced before in a Resident Evil game.
don't know. Nobody needs that in their lives.
Yeah. All right, so we put that away. Let's get. Oh, we can combine this.
Amber Mustafa says, "Will this game showcase Raccoon City, or is it just the RCPD HQ?" There are 3 areas in this remake. You do see some of Raccoon City, but it's the same game that you essentially remember. So I don't want to tell you what those areas are, but you do see a little more. Yeah, you do get out of the police station.
Yeah. You don't do nearly as much exploration of Raccoon City as you do in the original game. It's kind of relegated to kind of the in between moments.
Yeah, like. In the original game, which I'd completely forgotten, Sam Claiborne, our managing editor, pulled out a copy for the N64. Wait, no. Pulled out a copy. What platforms was the original?
I think he was playing it on the N64, actually.
It's
right? Famously a PlayStation game, but there was an N64 port. That was actually when I first played Resident Evil 2. And I got to my first liquor, and then I put down the controller, and I'm like, never gonna play this again.
Well, I'm not going to play it on an N64. I played the original on a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And actually, it takes a while in the original to get to the police station.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of like going through abandoned buses and basketball courts and all that sort of thing, and that isn't in this game.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Some guy scribbling. No. Let's see. Is it this one? There it is. Okay, so we got Minotaur, Harp, and Bird.
Okay.
Minotaur.
Ooh, that's a bad sound.
Oh, I don't like.
I do not
I don't like
that
what's gonna
sound.
happen when I get out of the
I do not
screen.
like that sound.
Steven, prepare yourself. Cover your eyes.
Oh.
Star, or Minotaur, Harp, and Bird, right? Yep.
It sounded really fast. Like, I felt
It
like...
was definitely a liquor. All right. We're just gonna run.
Just
We're gonna
run,
bow for it.
Run.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. I can just
Screw that guy.
screw that guy. Don't grab my ankles.
Whoever
Don't
said
grab my ankles.
whoever said in chat that they wish that you could stop heads. I do too, because a lot of these guys, like, once you fell them, they get back up.
Yeah. That was a shortcut.
Yeah, you totally meant to do that.
Yep. Okay, so now we just need to get a box.
Jonathan Dennison clops the zombies to protect and devour. Very good.
I think the nearest box is where we start. So let's go there.
Amani Ratchdy says, question is, if Mr. X is not following Claire, does that mean he's following Leon or what? I mean, I think there have been some liberties taken when it comes to Mr. X's movements, to be completely honest.
Well, again, so like we said at the beginning, this second playthrough begins as kind of like a what is the other character doing while the first character is going through the story. You start off, you kind of have the same cutscene, and then you end up going into a different part of the police station, based off of what happened in the first playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, they kind of just go back to the same thing. These B playthroughs are very different at the start, and then they kind of settle back into what you expect. With the exception of a couple of moments where there's some mixed up enemy placements and stuff like that. I like to say that Leon A is probably 70% the same as Claire A, and then Leon A is about 70% the same as Leon B.
Right.
That's kind of how I would break it down. So I think it's absolutely a valid critique of this game to say that they could do better to diversify the campaigns a little bit.
And to incentivize you to play through the B campaigns.
Yeah. I still think B campaign is absolutely worth playing through, if only just to experience, this.
Yeah.
The police station remix. But once we get past here, it kind of settles into what you expect from the A playthrough.
Okay. You've done well.
We might be able to get out of the police station in this stream, which is very nice.
Well, we might be able to get to a different part of the police station.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We'll see.
Easy Obot says, when playing through Leon, you should rock the butt cut. Lol. I agree.
The what?
The butt cut.
Oh, okay. Is that a hairstyle?
That's you sweet summer child.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
It means Claire's little short shorts.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm a sweet summer child, apparently.
I think you should combine some of that gunpowder.
See, I can, but the only thing I'm worried about is not needing that ammo, because
right.
I kind of want the high caliber rounds. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wanted to save the gunpowder for getting a lot of acid rounds.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, so we are going to a different area. Jonathan Dennison asks, is there a 4K option for this game?
I believe so. Yeah, we are playing it on a Pro, so let's see. Yes, by the way, we're playing it on a PlayStation 4 Pro. Display. I mean, we do have it set. Okay, so there's an HDR mode. We have it currently set on the PlayStation for 1080p. So I would imagine there's some sort of 4K support on the Pro. Did I take the police dongle? I don't remember. But if I did, I would be able to unlock this.
What's in there?
I don't know what's in there for Claire. For Leon, it's a upgrade for your Magnum that increases its power.
Right.
Which is super helpful. All right.
How have you found the bosses in this remake?
I feel like they're kind of samey in terms of what you have to do. There's one boss in particular that is kind of like a puzzle boss where you have to figure out, how to actually kill him.
Right.
But for the most part, the bosses have very wide sweeping attacks, and what you need to do is just kind of avoid them until you see their weak spot, and then just shoot the hell out of the weak spot.
It's classic Resident Evil.
Yeah. Sherry's such a sweet girl.
Oh, Sherry.
Hey. It's okay. I won't hurt you, I promise. Do you need help?
I love her character
Here,
design.
you can take my hand.
I haven't seen this. So.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
You need help.
Why?
He's right behind you.
What?
Good old Willie Burke.
All right, so here we have one of those aforementioned bosses.
Yep.
Now, when I started this in A campaign, I had very little ammo.
How'd you get through it?
I just there was enough scattered around that I managed to do it.
And that's what I love about Resident Evil. Again, it's that feeling that you have just enough to scrape by. Fortunately, I've been pretty conservative with my ammo, so I think I shouldn't have too much of ammo.
Just wait until he shows his gross eyeball.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's the great thing about the series is that like for the most part you'll never be completely screwed. Like there will generally be something around the world to help you, but you do need to run away.
Yeah.
Like you need to be very careful when you're fighting. Like a lot of it is just running.
And it's making sure you don't back yourself into a corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, open your eye.
Open your eye. Maybe shoot him once with your little gun and then get him to open the eye.
That's a good idea. Yeah, there we go.
Ooh.
Oh, I keep forgetting when you're using Claire. Oh, God! Oh! It's fine, it's fine. I have a grenade for that. I keep forgetting when you use Claire, you have to reload every shot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you didn't like that, did you?
Okay. Yeah. Do you want the green goo to be coming out, or is it just because you're using this particular type of round?
Oh, yeah, that's an acid round, so that's totally normal. Go for it.
Ooh, very well done. Ooh, you were on fire!
Oh, man! It was very close.
This boss battle is quite tense. It's not particularly hard, but it's tense.
It can be hard if you don't have...
Yeah.
If you don't have the things that you need.
Yeah. Like, starting off on limited ammo is very stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, this weapon is extremely useful.
Yeah. One thing that we haven't talked about is the difficulty of Claire compared to Leon, and I would 100% say Leon has a harder campaign because of the fact that you don't get this grenade launcher.
Yeah. There we go. Well done. Nicely done.
Done.
Eco Nomad says everyone's playing Resident Evil 2 and I'm sitting here playing Revelations on Switch.
Hey,
I mean,
that's a cool game.
Revelations is a great game.
Also, one thing to note, in Leon's campaign, you have to deal with dogs, and dogs suck.
What you don't have to deal with dogs in Claire's
You
campaign?
don't have to deal with them as much.
Because I really dislike the dogs.
Oh boy, you should play Claire.
They're really, I mean, just like the original, they're really
Little girl,
jumpy and erratic and fast.
Yep.
it's safe now. It's
And
over.
they're ammo wasters because
They're
you miss a
total
lot.
ammo wasters.
You miss a lot. They take less to bring down, obviously, than a liquor,
you
but
sure?
liquors you can pretty confidently hit a liquor
Yep.
at any point in time.
Yep.
Everything's fine.
Dogs are very tough.
I just need you
I
to
hate,
lower that
like, there are
ladder for
two
me.
types of enemies in video games that I traditionally
Will
hate.
you help me
That's
find my
dogs
mom?
and bats.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Bats-
just little,
bats
like
suck.
little,
Down
like,
here?
ooh, we're gonna just move around you and circle
think
you and,
so.
like, swoop in unexpectedly and just really annoy you.
Yeah. It's
I
like
hate
they're
them.
trolling you. They're like sticking their tongues out and
Yeah, they're little,
Yeah.
they're
You know,
little
making fun
video
of you as you
game
miss.
trolls.
Yep.
course.
That's what they are.
I'll help you.
Yeah, so this is very cool because this is extremely different to the A campaign.
This is the point where Leon and Claire's stories kind of split.
Yeah, I should say Leon's A campaign.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't go up here yet. There's a bunch of stuff that I missed down there. All right, let's we're gonna spend
Retro
some time.
Gaiman says, "Can lickers get through doors?"
Nope.
They can't.
They're dumb, stupid lickers.
Yeah, thankfully, they're not actually very practical as creatures.
Yeah. Dogs can't get indoors either, which is very, very nice. However, dogs can squeeze through like cracks
Yeah.
that you might not have known were there. So don't think you're safe. Let's see, did I have? Okay, good. I can combine those.
Need more inventory space.
I do.
Have you got everything from the safety deposit room?
Um,
Because I know that
no,
you can
because
get
I haven't gotten all those
the
spare
keys.
keys yet. Right, we combine this. Combine that. And let's see what's over here.
LJ says lickers are pretty easy to take down. I mean, yeah, if you've got the right wherewithal. They're very frightening because they come at you really fast.
Yeah.
So the key is just to remain calm, and if you can remain calm,
Yeah.
then yeah.
The nice thing is that you typically don't have to deal with more than one, and on rare occasions you don't have to deal. Almost never have to deal with more than two.
Yeah.
So if you have to deal with three, just run.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
But they hurt, man.
They really do.
They take a lot of health out of you if they hit you.
It won't move.
How good is the binaural sound? I didn't play it with headphones all that often, but right now it sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm not a sound person, so I
So,
can't really tell you
What's your
specifically.
mom like?
But
She
it
works at Umbrella.
sounds good.
Yeah, it's got very good sound design.
Umbrella.
In fact, I'm gonna change it back to the original music.
Pharmaceutical company?
My mom's always at work. I don't get to see
Cyborg
her
man,
much.
why doesn't Claire call her
Oh,
brother Chris?
Hopefully you'll get to see her
He
again
punches
soon.
boulders.
So
That's
where
true.
is your
He
dad?
does.
He
Oh, thank God for inventory space.
There we go, hip
works with
pouch.
my mom, but
So how many, when you finished your first A campaign, how many saves did you end up?
I think I ended up with like 30-ish or so.
Right. I think I'm already up to about 30-ish because I keep backtracking to save.
Uh-huh. Let's put.
But
over
yeah, yeah,
this.
it is more, the saving system is more forgiving.
Mhm.
That's what I think. KD, can you kill the little girl?
Wow.
No.
Both of my parents are
How would you
gone.
want to?
Just
Sherry's
me
so
and my
sweet.
brother.
She's so sweet.
oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. It means we've got something in common, and that's a good thing,
So
right?
if you haven't seen this is actually kind of an interesting cutscene.
Okay.
Here.
One thing that we can also
Come on.
check out after this is, we can check it out right now. there's different costumes that you can get.
Oh.
So let's switch all characters back to. So right now I think we've been using the alternative costumes, which
Right.
is basically the costumes that are from the PlayStation
classic,
1 version.
The classic costumes.
But we can switch to normal.
Oh, so Claire's updated costume is much more practical.
Yes. Yes. She's got
I actually
much
like this
nicer
outfit.
jacket, yeah.
Like, this is something that I would want to wear.
Yeah, and then let's just take a look at what else they got.
Cattleman 24, will there be updates like DLCs in this game? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you would do DLC on a...
They announced, I think, that there was going to be a free piece of DLC, kind of like what they did with Resident Evil 7.
Right.
I think Resident Evil 7 had like one piece of free DLC in addition to like a season's pass. I might be wrong on that though. I like that.
I really like that. Let's do Noir.
All right. I had this for a while, and my wife was like, honestly, that's a look.
It is a look. It's a total look.
Oh,
wow.
it
Wait,
changes
it changes the whole thing
It
to
didn't
black
do
and
this
white?
for me before. It didn't do this to me before. That's interesting. I wonder
That's
if this
really
is only
interesting.
for B campaign. I'm gonna be honest. As much as I love that,
Yeah, I don't
want
to play it black
I don't
and
want to play it black and white. You got military, and then I don't know who Elsa Walker is, but apparently she's a race car driver.
Let's just do...
You want to just do jacket or?
Let's do jacket.
All right.
So in Leon's campaign there were dogs here.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, me neither.
Damn it. Need a
Yeah,
key
this is a
card.
different cutscene than what Leon goes through.
Sith Lord Sting, what's your favorite Resident Evil game?
I like Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. I think this is my new favorite.
Yeah, this is my new second favorite. But I'm an action guy.
you're
Resident
sure
Evil
this is
4
the
hits
way?
that sweet spot
Yeah.
This
of
is how my mom took me
action
last time.
and survival horror.
Mhm.
And I also really like 5.
looking
5 was a really good
You
co-op
like
game.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Brave little girl to leave your house in the middle of this mess.
I hate this guy.
On the ground, hands behind your
Oh,
head.
wow.
You can't be serious.
On the ground, now.
Think I'm not serious?
Sherry, tie her hands.
Why are you doing
Shut
this?
up. Tie her. Okay then. You tie her up now or she dies.
This guy is a mean man.
Police Chief Irons.
What's this all about?
Child endangerment for starters. Sherry, come here.
What are
This
you
is
gonna do
very
to her?
cool. This
None
is
of your
so
fucking
different.
business.
Right?
Yeah.
You hurt her. I swear to God, my brother is stars, and I will fuck her.
Sherry, get over here. What's your name?
Benjamin
What's your
Lamson
fucking
says
name?
Elsa Walker was the original character before
Claire.
she was changed to Claire.
Sherry?
Oh,
with me
thank you for
now,
that, Benjamin.
or say
That's
goodbye
very
to
cool
Claire.
information.
Okay, I'll go.
Evan Royal,
better
how are
be
you two
taking
doing
me
on
to
this
my
fine
mom.
day? We are good.
Absolutely.
It's nice to have a
Shit.
reprieve from the tyrant, to be honest.
Her, please.
Even though this is very
Don't tell me
stressful
how
and
to do
dramatic.
my job.
Stop! Let me go! Let me go!
Obviously, nobody taught you manners. We'll fix that. Yes, we will.
Let me go! Let me go!
Oh,
Get you, you fucker!
Woo, language. Please, we can't say that, IGN.
we'll bleep that out.
Stay safe, Sherry.
Cool. That was very cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was saying,
Okay.
where
Key card
the
first.
two campaigns, Leon and Claire's, are
Asshole
very
gets
very
what's coming to
similar,
him.
but the ways in which they differ are kind of substantial.
And it's just like the original. Like, I really like how you sort of get glimpses of each other, which gives you an idea of what the other person is
Yeah.
doing, and then you get to actually be in their shoes and contextualize that appearance a little bit more.
Yeah. I just want to quickly point out, I know it's a zombie apocalypse, but there is not a single person that is correctly parked in any of these parking spots. This is just insane. What is going on with this police station? All right. Let's go through here. And see, this is also kind of the spot. Oh, boy. This is also kind of the spot where the two paths kind of normalize
Right.
the A and B campaigns, because this is pretty much exactly the same as it was in the A campaign. We gonna have a very scary boy in here.
Abyssal Gaming, there are still spiders in this game. Do you want to say that? You want to?
Do you want me to spoil it?
I don't know. I think we should keep that a secret.
All right, well, we'll keep the secret. Let's see. Do we want to try part 2 of our experiment?
I think we do try and sneak past, just because I haven't actually had any success with doing that. Mainly because I freak out. Let's give it a wide berth. Oh, that's an unattractive angle. Oh!
It didn't work! I'm just gonna, it didn't work. I'm just gonna say it didn't work.
I think it was working.
He was sniffing me.
I don't think he was sniffing
He was.
you.
There's another one.
There's another one. Run.
I don't need to run. I can kill them. We have flame rounds. It's fine.
I think that he honestly, but then he would have like tripped over that second one anyway,
Yeah.
and then you would have been doomed.
It's worth taking this out.
Okay. Woo.
Is there an alligator still? Are you sure you want? I mean, like we said before, if there was a boss in the original games,
It's likely you'll see it return.
Yeah. Oh man, I need to go to a box. I need to get to a box because I put away all my acid rounds. I hope I have a box.
Yeah, there is one right here.
It's in the garden room. Let's see.
Just check your map for a sec. Oh.
So can I
Yeah,
come?
you
I
need to go to
think
the
I can come from here, and then there's a box over there. All right, let's get my.
You've
I
got
did
so
have
much
acid
gunpowder.
rounds, right? Where are my acid rounds? I swear I had acid rounds.
Might be time to mix up some gunpowder.
No. Where are my acid rounds? Oh, I must have used them all in that
On
boss
that boss
fight.
fight.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no, you thought
Dang
you had
it.
acid rounds.
I thought I had acid rounds. I guess I gotta mix up some gunpowder. Well, we can get some acid rounds from this. So we got 2 from that. I think we are gonna have to mix up some gunpowder though.
Yeah, it might be time.
I thought
You've
I
done a
had-
good job at conserving stuff and keeping things in the box.
Mm. Alright, we'll get handgun ammo and we'll get my samurai edge.
It's crazy that we grew up with this kind of like idea, where games where ammo really did count and resource management was a massive part of it.
Yeah.
And nowadays you play, you'd look at something like Uncharted 4 and it's just there's ammo everywhere and it's just
Mm-hmm.
it's endless essentially.
For sure.
I kind of miss I miss this style of game.
I
Where
do too.
I mean, with that said, The Last of Us is very much more of a survival horror. But
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of needing to be always thinking about your resources at all times. It
Yeah.
just it makes the stakes feel so much higher, and that's not just a horror thing. That's just a general like investment thing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the thing that made me really excited about this game, it wasn't the horror aspects. It was the fact that you do have to think about what you're doing.
Yep.
We're
Ooh, we're in the morgue.
in the morgue. Fortunately, I know exactly what to pull here. Oh, but
No,
interesting
that was
difference.
just a jump scare.
Yeah, interesting difference. That guy typically waits for you to take the key before he wakes up. It sounds like there are more than.
It sounds like
Oh, stop it.
Bitch.
all right. Ashley Musovic asks, what other game franchises would you like to see get remade? For me, I would like to see Silent Hill remade.
Oh man, pie in the sky dream there.
It will never happen, but I mean, that, like, especially the original, like, that's a game that's really hard to go back to.
How's my aim, Steven? Oh, God damn it! Wait for a second. I need to reload.
Wait. Oh, their heads are so spongy.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh,
I
stop
got nervous
moving like that.
I got nervous because Steven was watching.
What's the scariest game have you ever played?
God, I don't like that.
What's the scariest game you've ever played?
Why is the music going up again?
I don't know. It's really telling. It's signaling to us that something is here.
I don't like that. Scariest game I've ever played. Think about it. I think probably Outlast.
Outlast is.
You reviewed Outlast, right?
I reviewed Outlast 2. That
Uh-huh.
that was like an onslaught to the senses.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely was.
the Outlast series is survival horror where you basically have nothing. It's not like survival horror like this where it's like
Right.
you've got just a little, you have enough to make it through.
Oh, God damn it! Sorry, continue.
Oh my god. Okay, shoot it. You used a grenade. Yes!
Is he dead?
He is dead. Look at that hole in his head. That was beautiful.
He's dead.
That was extraordinary. Yeah, the Outlast series, much like Alien Isolation, and I suppose what was that series that I'm thinking of? Slender Man.
Uh-huh.
You know, those are all horror games where, you know, there is no fighting back. You just have to. Well, there's minimal fighting back. You know, there's sort of staving off, I
Sure.
suppose.
It's like an Amnesia as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just like Amnesia. They're really intense and they wear you down. So I found like Alien Isolation possibly the most stressful game I've ever played.
You know what? I forgot about Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is the scariest game I've ever played.
Like it just in terms of my stress levels. Like you know that Simpsons episode where Marge is like so tense that she's sitting like above the chair, like she's just sitting on air because she's so tense. That was me playing Alien Isolation.
Yeah. There's a clip I did. Story. My buddy and I, we used to stream Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
And he did a very nasty prank on me, where he tied the notifications on Twitch. You know, when someone like donates or they follow or subscribe or all that stuff.
Yeah.
He tied them to really loud and scary jump scare noises. So I had no idea that I did this. So we're just playing. All of a sudden, in the middle of a very tense hallway with face huggers, which I particularly hate, I hear a and I lost my S.
Oh, I would have done exactly the same.
All right.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, I really love that style of game, but it's you have to really be in the right headspace for it.
Mm-hmm. And I got a key that I can use to get some extra items. So let's get that first.
What's the first Resident Evil game that you played? I mean, for me, the original Resident Evil 2 was the first Resident Evil game, and for Mitch, it was 4.
It was 4.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that, and then hopefully we'll find a green herb that we can combine that with.
Yeah, I went back and played 1. After
Mhm.
the fact.
Bastard is the police chief?
Yeah, I played. The order that I went through was 4, 5, some of 6. I did not like 6, as most people
I did not
didn't.
like 6 either. I didn't actually finish 6. I was
Mhm.
like, I played 1 campaign, and then I was like, can't be
Yeah.
bothered.
And then I played Resident Evil Revelations 2. I missed the first one.
2 was, I reviewed 2 for IGN. It was not bad.
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't like it as much as the original Revelations. Oh, you can get rid of that key now.
Yeah. But I still don't have that gun that it keeps giving me these upgrades for. So, I guess we'll just leave it. Alright, let's get the map also.
You ever play Silent Hill?
I didn't. That was one of those games that was a little too scary for me.
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
Silent Hill was way more psychological horror. Much like Outlast, I suppose.
Yeah.
The idea behind Silent Hill was less to test your skills and more to sort of test your wits.
Yeah.
Like really unnerving. There are parts of Silent Hill that still kind of haunt me. And the 1, 2, and 3, especially 2.
Oh, good. We got a green herb.
How do you feel about like health scarcity in this game? Did you feel that there was enough? Ooh,
Yeah,
this is
well,
cool. I haven't seen this room.
Yeah, this is another kind of iconic room in Resident Evil.
This is really cool.
The difference is, I think, in the original game, he had like a sacrificial altar here.
Right.
And that is located in a different location in the remake. But yeah. Sorry, what was your question?
I've actually forgotten. I was too distracted by the glory. That is this room.
How I feel about the health.
Oh yeah, health. Yeah.
So it never got to a point where, I felt like an area was impossible because I didn't have enough health for it.
Yeah.
But I think they did a really good job of making health just scarce enough to make it make you sweat before you get to the next item box or the next actual health item.
Yeah.
I
feel like all items in this game, you have to work for them.
Yeah, I think in general the balance of this game is very, very good in terms of giving you just enough to get through to the next big part.
Hugo Piani says, do you guys think this game would be good for someone who has missed out on the rest of the series? Do you think this is a good entry point? I think it's a great entry point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It kind of gives you a really solid idea of the origins of the series, but it also introduces you to the new kind of style of play. It is essentially a great mashup of old and new.
I don't know if anything's going to attack me here. I haven't gotten to this part yet. I haven't played this part in Claire B.
Thank God.
Okay.
The
fine.
key card.
So this is kind of an interesting parallel with the two campaigns. Both Claire and Leon have this puzzle.
Right.
They need to find the computer parts. The difference is that Claire needs it to open this room in Irons' office, whereas Leon needs to open a cell
to get
in the prison.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Yeah, they differ in pretty cool ways.
That's another one of those puzzles as well that you don't really want to be chased during. Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
it's very
there's one
finicky.
particular part in this section that we're in that kind of sucks because you have the tyrant chasing you the whole time. And we'll see if we can get to it.
Wasn't there a knife in the original? Yeah, there was a knife in the original.
Yeah. I don't think there was a knife in the way that you would use it in this game though, where it was like a get out jail free card from taking damage if you had one.
Yeah, from memory, the knife was, you could use it as a melee weapon when you were in a bind.
Yeah.
But yeah, not like this contextual get out of jail free way.
No, there's zombies in here. There they are. God damn you!
Oh, right for bind. Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I wanted him to do that so that I can get him on the ground.
Yeah.
I have plenty of health.
Exactly.
I am swimming in health. All
yeah,
right.
you're good.
I'm good.
You're really good. You're in a good spot.
Yeah.
You're fine.
All right.
Pepsi Man, next Resident Evil will be Resident Evil 3. Abyssal Gaming says, I want Resident Evil 8. I also would like Resident Evil 8.
Okay, that one wasn't on purpose. That one was not on purpose.
Okay, I think now you could take some health.
I gotta get out of here.
You're in a bit of
I'm in a bit of a bind.
situation.
A bit of a bind.
I want Resident Evil 8 because I want to see how they can evolve that series now that they've kind of got this great... I feel like they've got the mix so right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see that, moving forward with the series.
So for Resident Evil 8, do you want it to be a first-person shooter, or
No,
do you want it to be like this?
I enjoyed Resident Evil 7, and I enjoyed the VR aspect. I'm such a, I don't know, a loyalist to the over-the-shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the old school. I mean, it's not necessarily old school. It's old school since RE4, but I think that's the perfect way to play Resident Evil.
Yeah. I don't think I need this anymore, so let's put that away.
Yeah, Nima R saying, I would like to see Resident Evil Code Veronica made. We were just talking about that earlier. Like, clearly this is, it's a fan favorite. It's not the most obvious one to remake, but a lot of people would really love to see that game remade.
Yeah.
Faraday Pruma, nice name, 9596 asks, is this game fun? I mean, fun is relative.
I think so.
I think it's very fun.
I mean, look at this.
Oh!
Boom!
That's still good.
How is that not fun?
It's really fun. It's fun, but it's you know, it's really tense as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sweat inducing.
Yeah, it's intense. I need to get you. And there's a knife there that I also want, but I don't have room for it.
Ooh, I love the dummies. I love the models.
That's like straight up Resident Evil 7 also.
Well, that's just straight up every horror game ever.
Uh-huh.
Like, no one can resist throwing a store dummy into a horror game.
Yeah. Oh, God, go away. Have you ever played Condemned Criminal Origins?
I actually never did.
That game has the scariest mannequins of any game I've ever played.
Someone has said Code Veronica is the exact opposite of a fan favorite. Lol. I mean, okay, maybe that's fan favorite isn't the right word. I would say cult favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's got like a really passionate fan base.
Mm-hmm. Steven, how are you doing with the? Thanks for watching video and playback. Do you know where that is? Sorry, we're a little behind the scenes look here. Steven is being very gracious and helping me out so I can do the stream. Oh, noises.
The noise of breaking glass is not a good noise in this game. That's why you gotta collect those boards.
I don't like this room. I don't like this room one bit.
Oh, so this portable safe is pretty cool.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Looking for two. No. There it is. Okay, so that.
I'm just imagining you doing this in real time, like Claire doing this in real time. Just being like, okay, I'm just going to stand here for like a good 5 minutes just to solve this little cute puzzle.
Oops. Sorry, was it? I already lost it. It's these two, and then what? This one. Oh God. No, it was that. No. This is a nightmare to do on stream.
Yeah, I was like, that was the primary reason why I was like, you can play. Because I don't want to do that puzzle on stream. That Go Fish puzzle.
Was it this one? Uh-huh.
There we go.
And then which one was the...
I wasn't paying attention,
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry.
Ah! Oh, God. This is embarrassing.
This is just going to be the end of the stream.
Ah! We got it,
well
guys.
done.
We got it.
But these little portable safes are really important because you get the keys for the safety deposit room.
I knew it! Okay. Stupid lickers don't know how to open doors. It's
I
fine.
don't know how to open doors.
They're dum-dums. And we don't need to open that. Alright.
Okay, you can shoot this guy.
Oh, God.
Oh, what?
This machine gun sucks.
I feel like you should have been given that.
Like, he didn't even flinch.
Like, he didn't even stumble backwards. He kept going.
Ugh. Fortunately, the lickers are dumb.
Yeah, I mean, that is one thing about lickers. They're very dangerous, but they're really stupid.
Alright. Let's put this away. We got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to try to get as far as I can in those 5 minutes.
I believe in you, Mitch.
You
You haven't died once.
Yeah. I'm proud of that.
Good.
I'm proud of that. We need to go here. Nope. We need to go here. There we go. That blue. God, they give you so many blue herbs.
They give you so many blue herbs when you don't need them, so that's slightly frustrating because they take up inventory space.
Yeah. So if you're unfamiliar with what blue herbs do, basically you have to mix them. You can't just use them on their own. And if you use them with a green herb, they give you some health and they remove poison.
I hate this machine gun.
Oh no, it's fine.
It's
We
alright,
can
and there are
we can get
two
health
green
right
herbs
here.
right ahead of you.
I planned it just like that. Alright, so we can mix those. Let's just use this guy.
See, I'd love to stomp on her head right now. That
Right?
would be so
Ooh, that was
satisfying.
nice.
Oh no!
What?
Oh no!
What? You were doing. You're fine. Everything's fine.
Anything over here for me? No. All right, and we're about to get to the part where, if you were playing in the first campaign, this would be your first encounter with the tyrant.
Yeah.
Um,
What does the stop do for the grenade launcher? So no, on us.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if we can find out. Greatly reduces kickback and gives each shot a more stable trajectory.
There we go.
Question answered.
One thing that I love about this remake is that even though they have modernized it a lot, you still have to like find cranks and you know that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Valves.
Oh, hi
Here-
there.
Oh hey!
Oh, look who it is.
Didn't expect to see you here.
It really is kind of. It feels like Capcom definitely learned some stuff from Resident Evil 7 in terms of like how they wanted it to work when you have this constant threat that you can't kill.
Yeah.
And they kind of implemented that in Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 2 remake here. All right. I think we need to go.
One of the most
here.
frightening things is seeing the tyrant just like in the corner of the room when you didn't expect to see him there.
Yeah. All right. I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna work our way back to the dark room, and maybe that's where we're gonna have to call it
Okay.
because we have about 2 minutes left.
All right.
In the stream. But thank you all so much for joining us. This was a blast to go through.
Yeah, this is really fun.
Thanks for joining me on this
No,
one.
thank you. This has been awesome. Like horror games in general are so much fun to stream.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they make a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say you guys are lucky that you're getting confident, confident badass Mitchell playing this game right now because baby Mitchell would not have gotten nearly as far.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you have done exceptionally well. I mean, I know you played it before, but
Yeah.
like, if you're not a horror guy, you've done really well.
Thank you, I appreciate that. All right. So we got to the dark room. Let's see. Anything else we want to do? Do I have any any film to develop?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So you
good.
can see how that works. It's just I think this might be the. Okay, so
Oh, there
this
you
is normally how you would solve that puzzle
Yeah.
for the lion statue if you didn't have a Brendan Graber in the chat.
In the chat to help you out.
Once again, shout out to IGN Wikis. Brendan does amazing work there. And I think, guys, that is going to do it for us. So, once again, thank you all for watching. Lucy, thank you for joining me on
Thank
this. We have a review for Resident Evil 2 online right now at IGN.com. And for everything else, Resident Evil 2 related, keep it here on IGN. Bye-bye.